Hello everyone, welcome back to Study Hunting. In today's video, we are going to discuss the Cognizant Technical Assessment Exam Analysis for the 2027 batch. This analysis is based on the exam conducted on 24th August 2026. If you are preparing for the Cognizant or you are going to attend the technical assessment, this video will give you an idea about what kind of questions you can expect, especially in SQL, coding, web development and Python. First, let's understand the overall exam structure. The technical assessments include 2 SQL questions, 2 coding questions. Apart from that, there is 1 web development questions for the Java and C# cluster, and for the Python cluster there are Python MCQs. So depending on your cluster, the exact sections can be different. The important thing is that you should not prepare only one particular subject. You should be comfortable with the subjects that are applicable for your cluster. Now let's come to the SQL section. There are 2 SQL questions. The first question was relatively easy and mainly involved a single table query. The concepts mentioned here are the like operator, data functions, extract and SQL aliasing. So if you are preparing for the type of questions, make sure you are comfortable with the basic select queries. For example, you should know how to filter data using where, how to search for a particular pattern using like, and how to work with dates. You should also understand how alias are used to give meaningful name to columns in the output. These are the basic SQL concepts, but they are very important because questions can directly test these concepts. Coming to second SQL questions, this one was at a medium to difficult level. Here the data was taken from the 4 different tables, so you need to understand how to combine information from multiple tables. The important concept here is the inner join. Apart from join, you should also be comfortable with where, group by and order by. Date extraction functions are also important. So when you are preparing SQL for Cognizant, don't just practice simple single table queries. You should definitely practice queries involving multiple tables and understanding how joins condition work, especially for an inner join, because it can be very important for these questions. Next, let's talk about the coding section. There are 2 coding questions. One coding questions at the medium level and the other was relatively easy. The main thing was you need for these questions is not just syntax. You need to understand the logic behind the problem. So while preparing, don't simply memorize programs. Try to understand how to break a problem into smaller steps and then write the code. You should be comfortable with basics programming concepts like oops, condition, numbers and mathematical operators. Now let's look at the first coding question. This was the medium level questions. The problem involved taking an integer as input, generating a numerical pattern and then calculating the total sum of all the digits in that pattern. For example, the input mentioned is like 4. So this type of questions mainly tests your understanding of patterns, loops and digits calculation. When you see a questions like this in an exam, don't get confused by the pattern. First, understand exactly how the pattern is generated, then think about how you can use loops to generate it. Finally, calculate the sum of the digits according to the requirement. So the important takeaway from this question is understand the pattern first and then write the logic. Now coming to the second coding question, this was a easy level questions based on a ship and passenger problem. The ship has a limited capacity and you are given a number of passengers. Your task is basically to calculate how many round trips are required to transport those passengers. This is mainly based on basic mathematical logic, so don't overcomplete questions like this. First, identify the total problems of passengers, then identify the capacity of ship, Then from there, determine how many trips are required. These types of questions are usually more about understanding the requirement correctly than writing complicated codes. Now let's talk about the web development section. For the relevant cluster, there can be a web development questions. The questions may involve HTML, CSS or JavaScript. You may also be given some boilerplate code, which means part of the code is already provided to you. Your job is to understand what existing code and implement the required functionality. So don't assume that you need to build an entire web page from scratch. You may receive a partially completed structure and need to modify or complete it according to the question. And therefore, while preparing, revise basic HTML, CSS and JavaScript, especially how JavaScript functions work and how they interact with HTML elements. Now for the Python cluster, let's understand at the Python MCQs. You should mainly focus on the basic concepts of Python, revise variables and data types, operators, conditional statements and loops. Functions are also important. You should know the difference between list, tuples and dictionary, output based questions, they last, and practice actual running through the code and predicting the output. The main idea is to have a strong understanding of Python fundamental. Now let's talk about how you should prepare. First, practice SQL queries regularly. Don't just learn the syntax, actually solve questions. Second, learn joins thoroughly, especially inner join, because multiple tables queries can be important. Third, practice coding problems. Start with easy questions and gradually move towards the medium level problems. Fourth, improve your logical thinking. When you get a coding questions, first understand the problem and create the logic before immediately starting to code. Also, revise HTML, CSS and JavaScript if your cluster includes web development. If you are from the Python cluster, practice Python MCQs, especially output based questions and the basic concepts. So overall, your preparation should be combinations of concepts and regular practice. Finally, let's summarize everything. For the 2027 batch, you should mainly focus on 4 areas. The first, SQL, second, coding, third, web development, depending on your cluster, and fourth is Python MCQs if you are in the Python cluster. But one important thing I want to say is don't just memorize answer. Try to understand the logic behind every question. If you practice consistently and understand the concepts, you will be much more confident when you actually attend the assessment. So start your preparation early, practice regularly and focus on understanding rather than memorizing. All the best to everyone who are preparing for the Cognizant 2027 batch. If this video was useful, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more placements and exam updates. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.